Capricorn, Cardinal Earth. One more shuffle. How are you feeling? What's in your heart space? What is in the heart space of Capricorn? Ooh. Yeah. You're walking away from something because you know that it's the best thing for you. You know that it's necessary for your growth. But it's almost like you're having to cut somebody off, literally block someone in communication so that you don't go back to, so you don't get pulled back in or tempted to re-engage in something that you're trying to disengage from. It's like a self-imposed block. 9 of Pentacles is at the bottom. You're taking care of yourself. You're investing in yourself and doing what you need to do to be whole, to heal. This feels like a very strong thing to do. 8 of Wands in reverse with the 5 of Cups. It's like you don't want to go back to these people. You don't want to get pulled back in, but it breaks your heart. You have to walk away for your own good. So it's like literally you're not talking to this person, or you're not, literally block them on social media, or are not seeing them anymore so that you can actually just go through the process of grieving. This could be a place, like, you have to move on from something because you have a better opportunity somewhere else, or, you're just, like, it's time to move on. You've wrapped up a cycle and, you need to kind of exit. But that place, it's melancholy. You're trying not to get dragged back in. It's like, that it's going to hurt to go. You know that you're going to miss it. You know that there's certain things about it that could make you stay. This could even be preparing for this, like, you know what I mean? Like wrapping up affairs, like cutting ties, severing connections so that you can walk away. Why does Capricorn feel like this? Oh my God, time is up. Time is up, Capricorn. You have to cut the cord. Temperance in reverse with the Tower in reverse. Time is up. Time is ticking. The clock has run out. You have to cut something off. There's a decision that has to be made, a move that has to be made, a literally cord cutting. Like, this could be a cord cutting ritual. These three. This could be you knowing that your heart is pulling you somewhere that you don't need to be going, right? And so performing some kind of, literally a ritual, a cord cutting ritual, that is something you can do to sever ties. But it could just be finally speaking a truth to someone that severs your tie with them. Finally executing a plan or making a decision that takes you away from something, or let someone down or cut someone off, or this is like an execution of a decision. It's final. And time is up. Time has been ticking. There's been some kind of like grace period that you've had. I feel like this temperance is the angel. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever's looking out for you on the other side is kind of like fed up with you. They're kind of like, time is up, Capricorn. There's no more grace period. You can't stay stuck in this thing. It's time. It's time to make that decision. It's time to make that call. It's time to make that move. I think you may have been like avoiding this just because it's gonna hurt, or just because it's been comfortable, or there's some kind of very heartfelt, sincere connection to this place or this person or these people or whatever it is that you're grieving, whatever it is that you're losing and cutting yourself off from. It's like that heartfelt grief is real. It's sincere. There's no reason you shouldn't feel that way, right? It's totally valid. But this tells me that it's a decision in your benefit. You have to make a decision for your best interest. There's something here about either being single, moving out on your own, gaining some kind of independence, moving to a new place, like I said, like getting out of some sort of scenario so that you have a fresh start. You can just be yourself. You can kind of like work on yourself and focus on yourself. This is like, it's been a long time coming. Like that's what it feels like. Like, you know, this place hasn't been good for you. You know, this place that you've been in, maybe even just emotionally, this place you've been in. This feels like cutting yourself off from being in a funk. Like, even literally addiction or something you're doing that is, you know, holding you back, keeping you down, keeping you like muted, not good for your best interest, keeping your stability from gaining momentum. There's something you've been doing, or someone or some place that you are like buckling up because the time is up that you've been able to entertain this. You can't entertain it anymore. Ooh, Queen of Swords too? Oh my God. Oh, Capricorn. Yeah. It's time for you to heal. It's time for you to clear the space, clean the house, cut the cords so that you can actually get some movement in the water, so the waters can start flowing. It's like a dam. There's like a river that's been dammed up with clogs. And Queen of Swords with 8 of Swords in reverse. It's like she's attacking this clog. She's attacking this blockage. She's so ruthless. I mean, look at this Queen of Swords. I love this deck, the depiction of her, because she's so ruthless, like, and exact. You know what I mean? Her eyes, it's like she pinpoints exactly what's standing in the way. This 8 of Swords, that blockage, that mental pattern that keeps you going around and around and around and around in circles forever. An 8 of Wands and an 8 of Swords, you're definitely trying to break some habit or something that you've been doing or engaging with for a really long time. And this, you've got the King and the Queen of Swords here to break that pattern. Even though it feels like a loss, it's like you're grieving it, or you're grieving, or those people are grieving you. It hurts. Severing this connection hurts. But look, it's the star. That's what rushes in as soon as you're cutting through the blockages, cutting through the pattern. The star she's pouring fresh water onto the earth. It's I feel like you have a lot of divine support. I feel like you have a lot of support trying to work with you. Like I said, they might be a little frustrated, but this feels like they're ready to reward you greatly. If, the minute you cut out, or they see you cutting out this pattern, they see you turning to face your addiction, whatever this heavy pattern, this heavy thing you've been doing, they see you turning to face it. They see you preparing to sever your connection, to disengage, even though it's gonna hurt. And it's like they're proud. It's like they're ready and waiting to release the floodgates of healing. That's so beautiful. Like, I see these divine beings on either side of you, presenting you with an opportunity. Like, they may be continually presenting, you may continually find yourself with these little happenstance opportunities, like things that just randomly happen that give you the opportunity to address this. It's like I see these two divine support beings on either side of you, like trying to get you in a position, offering you opportunities, and just ready to pour in that support at the first sign of you. It's like you turn and look at your addiction, you turn and look at your, codependent relationship, you turn and look at the neighborhood that you've been in that is not good for you because it keeps you engaged in certain things. It's like the minute they see you just even turn to look at it, they're right there trying to support. They're right there trying to give you benefits. Like, you'll see a benefit in your health, in your how you feel, in your moods, in your emotions, in how things flow to you. Yeah, it's a relationship. There's loyalty. You're having to break some kind of loyalty in order to do this. In order to make this execution, in order to execute this severance, you're gonna have to really let someone down, almost even betray someone in their mind. 6 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Wands. That makes me sad. there's some kind of bond. It's almost like a trauma bond. It's a friendship or a connection or a love connection or a family connection even, or just family connections in general. It's connections that are really built through conflict, like solidified and fortified and made stronger by having to fight together, be on the same side of something. Like there's a real sense of loyalty being broken with this. Like these people you need to you need to get away from, or this person or this relationship. Something about you being self-sufficient and independent is framed as betrayal. For them, for you, for within the narrative of the situation, is like what you would have to do. Either you see it as betraying them or they see it as betraying them, and that's what's got you. Yeah, I see why you've been in this for so long. I see why you're commit, like why this is such an intense thing to cut yourself off from. Because this is like, y'all have been through some rough stuff together, or there's been, those are the kind, yeah, they did things for you that there's this sense of like being in the trenches together. Ride or die. I don't get the sense of this person or these people really, like I feel like they would let you go. It's almost more like you. It's your sense of loyalty. It's like you keep getting presented with opportunities to step away. You keep getting presented with these little like outs. And I feel like you've like turned to look at this pattern that you're stuck in. You know you need to get out of it. You absolutely do. But it's going to break your heart to betray them like that. To let them down. To leave them behind. There's some kind of having to leave someone behind in order to get out of this. Bind. Leave them behind to get out of the bind. Every opportunity is like cracks in the facade, or like cracks in the building that are offering you these little opportunities to get out. And the only thing keeping you from taking those opportunities is your sense of loyalty. But you can feel your ancestors, your gods and goddesses, like your whatever it is that you use to call your spirits that help you out. You can feel them pushing you, encouraging you, getting frustrated, just being supportive. Like they're equally frustrated and ready to support. Like don't think that because they're like, time up, Capricorn, like you can't keep it's not too late. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to abandon you. It's not like they're going to ever be like, oh, you were too late, so sorry. No, they're ready to pour in that healing, that recovery. You can recover from this. All you have to do is walk away from it, to cut yourself off from it, to disengage, to leave, to walk away. That's all you have to do. I get the sense that there's maybe a lot of like, oh, I have to have this in place and I have to know where I'm going and I have to, like the way that Capricorn will procrastinate, right? Planning, over planning, be like, oh, I can't make a move unless I know exactly what's going to happen and where it's going to take me. This tells me just walk away from it. That's all. The support will be provided to you. Things will start flowing. Things will start moving as soon as you walk away. As soon as you walk away, disengage and stand on your own 2 feet, right? Take care of yourself, invest in yourself. It's very simple. It's like you don't have to do a lot. The big moves are being made, on either side of you. And all you really have to do is be ruthless about walking away and cutting yourself off, revoking access from yourself to certain things. Whatever this could just be a thought pattern, right? This could just be a like an obsessive, something that's obsessive that has you kind of like going around and around. And this is what I mean. It could be something really simple. It could be something as simple as, you telling yourself you're over this person and, oh, I'm single, but, let's say you still go like look at their page, and just that little action keeps your mind engaged, right? It's not actually walking away. There's something, it's almost like on a small level. I mean, this could also be on a big level, like an addiction. It definitely feels like something that you could be like, I know I have to stop doing this behavior. A daily behavior. It's something that is not good for you, right? But my point is, it could even be something as small as going and looking at something or watching something or consuming something media-wise, mental, on a cerebral level, like something you're engaging with mentally that is a self-soothing, comforting tactic. It just keeps you comforted, and it's holding you back more. All you have to do is cut that out, and you will be presented with fresh water. You'll be presented, it's like it'll become obvious at that point. You don't need to worry about what you're gonna, I can't, quit drinking or quit smoking until I have a plan of how I'm gonna get off of it. No, you just need to throw everything out or cut yourself off cold turkey, and you will be presented with the necessary tools to heal. Like, you have support from the other side looking at you like, all we need to see is that one move, and they're gonna rush into you. And it's almost like if it was just as simple as a thought pattern, it might be easier. There's this connection. There's this emotional connection that's keeping you fighting to stay engaged. See all these wands? 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, in reverse, 7 of Wands. It's a connection. right? It's a failed connection that you're still attached to. You don't want, it's like a sense of loyalty, a sense of devotion to something that hasn't even really panned out or worked in your interest. It's like, you have to walk away from this. Damn, Capricorn. It just feels like, yeah, it feels like you're not wanting to even look at it in that way. It's like you don't even want to see it as something that has been bad for you or holding your back, because you're so loyal to it. You're so loyal to there being a way to figure it out, to work it out, to make it successful, to make it happen. It's very stubborn in the way that a Capricorn is stubborn. Like, I had a certain way I saw this going, and your guides on all sides making it obvious that you have to walk away, that you can't receive any of their blessings until you stop doing that, until you stop engaging with that person. And it's like you can't even fathom what they're trying to give you. It's not even in the reading. Like, they're annoyed. There's this annoyance. This Temperance in reverse is like, your angels are annoyed. You're not listening. You're not listening to them. They're trying to wake you up. They're trying to like put these little things in your path. They're trying to show you this is not the way. This is not the way. You should not be over here. You should not still be here. It's like they're just waiting for you to cut this off, to sever this pattern, to sever this connection. So the question is, right, is it a sense of loyalty actually to this person or this neighborhood or this family or this whatever it is? Like, is it actually a loyalty to them? Or is it a loyalty to what it means to you? Giving up on them, what would it mean to you? Why does that mean so? What does that really mean to you? King of Cups in reverse, right? You don't want to be a disloyal person. You don't want to be that kind of person that would just walk away. You don't want to be like, there's something about what it means to you, what it would mean about you, how you would see yourself. Okay, what's Capricorn's clearest pathway forward? What is the clearest path for Capricorn? Trust the process. And then the Nine of Pentacles is under that too. Wow. Trust the process. Just wait. Just wait and see. Like, there's this like, just wait and see what's on the other side of this. You have blessings on blessings coming to you. on the other side of it, but you have to not see that. You have to have faith and trust. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Hangman. Right? This is the major card here that represents you, the Hangman. And what are the other majors here? Temperance, the Tower, and the Star. This is divine intervention. And this is you just going with it, just letting it, just not knowing what's happening, having faith, just waiting it out, just wait and see. It's like this reading isn't even going to tell me what's on the other side. It's telling me just wait. Have faith, trust in the process, trust in this disruption, this thing that's trying to flip you over, flip things upside down. It's not going to be what you thought it was going to be, right? It's not going to be what you were attached to. They're trying to give you something else. These forces that are working in your favor. Because look, here's the Nine of Pentacles again underneath. What's in your best interest? You have some powerful, like you could have an Aquarius or a Sagittarius ancestor, like a grandparent or mom or dad or somebody that feels very benevolent and loving and generous towards you in the spirit world, like who's really trying to work in your benefit. And this is just like, trust them. They will. This is like a past life contract that you can absolutely trust to be working in your benefit. If you are getting this weird, like something just keeps interrupting something, or something just keeps getting in your way, or making it impossible to move or like move forward, like these connections were not for you. You're being rerouted. There's a sense of being able to have faith and move while blind. Like you're not gonna see. You can't. Six and a six. Oh, wow. A six and a six, and now a three and a three. That's fascinating. And the nine and two nines. Here's another six. Lots of threes, sixes, and nines with two eights also. That feels like a very ancestral thing. Like 369 feels very generational. Like you, and here's this three. I often think of this as three generations. Like you've got a lot of people looking out for you. And here's the Two of Swords in reverse with the Three of Swords. Capricorn, your clearest pathway forward is straight through the pain. Straight to the sorest spot, straight to the source of the issue. Like, take the blindfold off and let yourself feel these emotions, no matter how bad they are. It's like you've been trying to, avoid this, the grief of walking away, disengaging, of betraying this this vision, this ideal that you had for these connections, letting that go, it's painful. It's painful. This tells me you have the support that you need to get through it. This is a lot of just trust the process, a lot of faith, a lot of being willing to be vulnerable, being willing to accept help, to accept support. Maybe going home, going to your friends or the people that care about you, asking for help, asking for support. That's, I know for Capricorn, that's like, what? Ask for support. Even if it's just from these ancestors, from these angels or healing spirits, like, it doesn't have to be necessarily from other humans that you get your support. But ask for the support. Call in the support so that you can heal the wounds, so that you have to feel to heal, right? And that's what I really think about this card. People see this and they're like, oh my God, heartbreak, pain. Sure, it's that, but it's also like the piercing of the soft spot, right? And that's often the place that is a portal to the next place, right? You have to go through, you can't avoid how you feel, when you have grief, when you have fear, when you have anger, whatever it is, you have to feel it to move past it, right? So I don't even, a lot of people will see the Three of Swords in reverse as healing. I even see the Three of Swords upright as healing, because it's that first, it's like the first step of healing. If you get, an injury, like the first thing you do is you pull whatever injured you. It's like, let's say you get a cut or something, or you cut yourself on a piece of glass. The first thing you do is you would pull the sharp thing out. That would probably hurt even more than when it went in, right? That's what this feels like, that sharpness of actually feeling, of actually facing and looking at, honestly, this thing that has been keeping you back, right? This pattern. It's like this Queen of Swords looking at the Eight of Swords feels like this Three of Swords moment. There's something you have to reconcile, right? Or actually feel and look at and face. And you need to call in the support to be able to be vulnerable enough to do that, even if it's support from non-human entities. And you need to have trust and faith. This is like a trust fall. A trust fall into some kind of deep emotional wounds that need to be faced so that they can be healed, so you can stop going around and around in circles. What is Capricorn's power stance? What is Capricorn's power stance? What is Capricorn's power stance? Cancer. That is your opposite sign, and talk about family and taking care of yourself and calling on support. Call on the support of your family, your generations that came before you. Nourish yourself. Feed yourself. It's like feed yourself enough care so that you can actually, really face this. Turn to your mom. That might be a really simple reading of that one. Your power stance is to go home. Whatever that means to you, turn to your roots. Turn to the people that care for you, that nourish you, that build you up, that you know you can count on. This definitely feels like your ancestors are all around you, trying to give you every opportunity they can, every support, every little bit of encouragement, or if there's just like kind of an overwhelming presence of spirits like swirling around you, trying to get you to turn and face this, to take the blindfold off, to face how much it hurts, to go through the pain of walking away, of severing yourself from this bad habit. Like this, if it's it could definitely be like an addiction is a good actual metaphor, because even if it is a codependent relationship with a place or a person or a group of people, it's very similar to addiction, right? It's like you start identifying with that struggle, and your body, adapts, right? So when you have to go through it, if you're getting off of alcohol or tobacco or something, a substance abuse, right? Your body, it's like you have to go through this process of pain to get to the other side, right? You have to go through this process of leaving, of the toxins leaving your system. So the cleaner of a break you can do that, the more painful it is, but the more successful it is, right? And the more clean of a break you can do it, the more healing and recuperation and resilience you'll get out of it, the more pain you can endure. So this is like, really give yourself the support system, right? So if you know you're going to go through withdrawal period, go somewhere where you have the support. Be that, if this is addiction, in any of those realms, like, right, if you're going through withdrawal of a relationship and you know you're going to want to relapse and go back to this person that you know is not good for you, like, go to someone who will protect you. Go somewhere else. Set up something in place so that you can fall hard. Set up somewhere that's safe enough to go through that withdrawal period, and you have the resources that you need to get through it as quickly as possible, like as clean of a break as possible. The more you go back and forth, the more you try to tough it out. It's like, don't try to tough it out. Capricorn's power stance? What is Capricorn's power move? What is the power move for Capricorn? Ooh. The Peregrine Falcon. This is you, Capricorn. Speed, precision, ruthless, aim for the sky. What did I just say? About taking care of yourself, giving yourself the care and nourishment that you need so you can get through this as quickly as possible. Peregrine Falcon is a top predator, right? They are ruthless hunters. They literally will like dive down on a pigeon, and the pigeon will like in mid-flight will be flying through the air. They won't even see this bird come in, and they'll like explode. They'll like poof, they'll hit it so hard. Peregrine Falcon, I love that. And you've got this Capricorn Cancer opposition here too, which is, you know, the moon is in Capricorn and we're in Cancer season. It's this balancing of taking care of your needs so that you can go in the direction that you want to be going. Interestingly, Capricorn is the next one too. Okay, let's get a rune. What is Capricorn's power stance? What is the power stance for Capricorn? Ooh. Dog eyes. Interesting. Dusk or dawn, the daybreak, the twilight, the transition point. When things go from one way to the other way. Balance, supreme balance or equilibrium. This is making me think of both the Star and the Temperance. Right? See how both of these cards have two vessels of water, and how he's pouring them in between the two vessels and she's pouring out into a body of water. And I don't know, it's making me think of that quality of pouring, you know, water going from one side to the other side, and transition, and how every cycle has these transition points where things flip over. Power through that transition. That's what this looks like, right? This Cancer, Capricorn, daybreak, right? Pushing through the transit. You will, and it's such a beautiful confirmation of this light on the other side, you know, as the light, the dark going from light, or the light going to dark. It tells you that you absolutely can turn things around. You absolutely can turn things around. Have faith. Right before the sun comes up, you know, you would have no idea that everything is going to look different in a few minutes. You know, but it does, and it does every single day. It flips over, right? There's this faith in the tides turning, this faith in this sort of ability to heal, this ability to recover, this ability to turn things around. Like, this is telling you, take care of yourself, right? Have really gentle, nourishing self-care in place so that you can be really ruthless about separating yourself, about moving, about getting the fuck out of whatever this is, whatever bad habit, whatever bad relationship, whatever the fuck this is. it's like, get out of it. It will turn things around. It will have faith that will flip things around, that you can flip things around, that you can make a 180, that you can make a comeback, that you can recover from this. You can go through, it's like, know that there is coming out on the other side of this. You absolutely will come out on the other side, Capricorn. It's like you can't see it. You won't see it until you get there. You have to have faith, and you have to have this trust and call in the support. You only call in the support when you know that you can get there, right? If you don't think you can, you'll just stay stuck. That's such an interesting combination, like a very dynamic combination of energies here. It's like pushing through based on faith, supporting and pushing through based on a knowledge that it gets better, a belief that what you can, get through, you can heal from, right? That the darkest days lead to the brightest days, right? That going into these depths, pushing through the pain, getting through this withdrawal period, like, will put you in a new situation. It will turn things over. Wow, Capricorn. That's a lot. Sending love to you if this reading resonates with your story, because this is very I don't want to say heavy, like it feels very light and supported also. But yeah, it's sending love to you if this resonates, because I mean, we all have a point in our life where we're in that situation. And it's tough. It's tough. All right, I think that wraps it up for tonight. Anything else that needs to be said for Capricorn? Yeah. It's pretty clear. I mean, it's crystal clear. You can get through this. Support yourself so that you can cut it off as clean as possible. Have trust and faith and surround yourself with your angels, your ancestors. They want to help you. They're ready to help you. They have a lot of ability to help you. You have a lot of support. You just have to call for it. You have to go home. You have to call on your roots. You have to speak to them. You have to let them in. You have to trust them. So they're there. And if you can cut this off, you absolutely can turn things around. This is a full recovery. All right, Capricorn. I appreciate you being here. And I hope this was helpful. And I will see you next for, who are we doing? Cancer. I'm going to do Cancer. We'll do the opposite sign. All right. Sending you protection if you want it, and I'll see you around.